School, I always avoided presentations. I pretended to be sick or asked for extensions.
Last year, my boss called me into his office. Steve, we need you for something.
Our team must present to 200 clients next month. You'll lead it.
My heart dropped. 200 people lead the presentation? I felt sick immediately and terrified.
I can't do that, sir. I'm not good at speaking publicly. Steve, you're the expert on this project. You must do it. No choice here.
I left his office in panic. 4 weeks to prepare. How would I survive this? That night, I couldn't sleep. I imagined myself freezing on stage, everyone staring silently. Nightmare. The next day, my coworker Amanda noticed my stress. What's wrong, Steve?
I told her about the presentation. I'll mess it up. I'll embarrass myself completely, I said.
Listen, I used to be terrified too, but I learned techniques. I can help you.
Amanda became my coach. Every day after work, we practiced together. She was incredibly patient, always.
First rule, know your material perfectly. Confidence comes from preparation. I studied everything. Statistics, charts, talking points. I memorized every single detail completely and thoroughly.
Second rule, practice out loud. Stand up. Speak like people are watching. I practiced in front of my mirror at home. It felt silly, but helped significantly.
Amanda recorded me on video. Watch yourself. See what you do when nervous, she suggested.
I watched the video. I touched my face constantly, avoided eye contact, and spoke too fast.
Now you know what to fix. Do it again, slower this time. Week by week, I improved. My voice got steadier. My posture got better. Confidence grew slowly.
Third rule, breathe deeply. When nervous, we forget to breathe properly.
I practiced breathing exercises daily. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Simple, but effective.
Fourth rule, make eye contact. Pick friendly faces in the audience. Talk to them, she advised. Amanda brought colleagues to watch me practice. Small audience first, building up gradually and carefully over time. 5 people watched, then 10, then 20. Each time got easier. Progress was definitely happening now.
The week before the presentation arrived, I was still nervous, but felt more prepared now.
You're ready, Steve. You know this material better than anyone else does. Believe in yourself.
The night before, I couldn't eat dinner. My stomach was in knots. Anxiety was overwhelming me. I called my mom. What if I fail? What if I freeze up there? I asked.
Steve, you've worked so hard. Just do your best. That's all anyone can ask.
Presentation day arrived. I wore my best suit. I checked my slides 10 times already. We arrived at the convention center. It was huge. The auditorium had rows and rows of seats.
People started filling the seats. 50, 100, 150. My hands were shaking badly now.
Amanda squeezed my shoulder. Breathe. You've got this. I believe in you completely, she whispered encouragingly.
Please welcome Steve Morrison.
Thank you so much. It's great to be here.
I walked on stage. The lights were bright. 200 faces stared at me expectantly.
I stood at the podium. Deep breath. In through nose, out through mouth. Okay?
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here today.
I clicked to the first slide. I knew this information perfectly. I'd practiced hundreds of times.
I found a friendly face in the audience, an older woman smiling at me warmly and encouragingly.
I spoke to her, then to another friendly face, then another. It felt like conversations now.
5 minutes passed, then 10. I was actually doing it, speaking without freezing up completely.
People were nodding, taking notes, listening carefully. They were engaged. This was working out well, surprisingly.
Halfway through, I made a joke. People laughed. I relaxed even more. This felt good. The 30 minutes flew by quickly. I covered everything: charts, data, conclusions, all perfectly explained.
Disrupt for Pradis. Aramiston, Armor Tribodis. Thank you for your attention. Any questions?
Hands went up everywhere. People asked questions. I answered each one clearly and professionally. I knew this.
The presentation ended. The audience clapped loudly. Some even stood up. A standing ovation for me.
I walked off Stag. Amanda hugged me tight. You did it! I'm so proud.
Excellent work, Steve. Clients were impressed.
Yeah.
Well done today.
I couldn't believe it. I faced my biggest fear and survived. No, more than survived. I succeeded.
That experience changed me forever. Public speaking isn't scary anymore. It's actually exciting now for me.
So, did you understand my public speaking journey? Could you follow my transformation from fear to confidence?
Remember, everyone feels scared sometimes, but preparation and practice can overcome any fear successfully.
Thanks for watching English with Sophia. I'm Steve. Subscribe for more inspiring stories. Goodbye, everyone. Hi, I'm Steve from English with Sophia. Today's story is about losing my phone.
Last month, I had the worst day ever. It started normally, but ended terribly.
I woke up late for work. My alarm didn't go off for some reason. I rushed to get ready. Shower, clothes, coffee, keys, everything was done super fast.
I grabbed my bag and ran to my car. I was already 20 minutes late.
At work, my boss looked annoyed. Steve, you're late again. This is the third time. I'm sorry. My alarm didn't work, I explained. He just shook his head disappointingly.
During lunch break, I reached for my phone. My pocket was empty. No phone.
I checked my other pocket. Nothing. My bag? Not there either. Pure panic set in.
Where's my phone? I said out loud. My coworker looked at me, concerned and worried.
I searched my desk frantically, under papers, in drawers, everywhere possible. Still nothing found. I tried to remember. When did I last use it? This morning? In the car? I ran to the parking lot. Maybe I dropped it in the car somewhere. I searched under seats, in cup holders, between cushions. It wasn't there anywhere at all.
My heart was racing. My whole life was on that phone. Photos, contacts, everything important.
I used my coworker's phone to call mine. Maybe someone found it and would answer.
It rang once, twice, 3 times. Then voicemail. Nobody picked up the call, sadly.
I tried again. Ring, 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 voicemail. This was not looking good at all. Maybe it's at home, my coworker suggested helpfully. Did you check there before leaving? I couldn't remember. This morning was so rushed and chaotic. Everything was blurry now. Work ended at 5. I drove home quickly, hoping my phone was there. At home, I searched everywhere. Kitchen counter, bedroom, bathroom, living room. Every single place.
I checked the couch cushions. I looked in the refrigerator. Yes, the refrigerator. People do that.
Still nothing. Where could it be? I was going crazy with worry and frustration. I sat down, trying to think logically. Retrace your steps, Steve. Think carefully now. This morning, alarm, shower, coffee, keys, bag, car. Where was my phone during? Wait, I remembered something. I was drinking coffee and checking my phone simultaneously this morning. I ran to the kitchen. I looked at the coffee maker. Nothing there nearby.
Then I looked at the trash can. Could I have accidentally thrown it away?
I opened the trash lid. Coffee grounds, banana peel, tissues. I started digging through it.
My hands were dirty and disgusting. But I had to find that phone desperately.
Nothing in the trash. Where else? I was running out of ideas completely now.
I went back to my car. Searched again more carefully. Under the floor mats, too. I opened the trunk. Old gym bag, spare tire, jumper cables. No phone anywhere.
Then I remembered. I stopped for gas this morning. Maybe I left it there.
I drove to the gas station immediately. My last hope. Please be there, please. I talked to the cashier. Did anyone turn in a phone today? Black case?
Let me check.
Sorry, man. Nothing here today. My heart sank completely. It was gone forever.
I drove home feeling defeated. I would have to buy a new phone. So expensive. At home, I collapsed on the couch. What a terrible day this had been.
I sat there for a minute. Then I felt something hard under my leg.
I reached under the cushion. My hand touched something rectangular and familiar. No way.
I pulled it out. My phone. It was here the whole time. Under the couch cushion.
I must have sat on it this morning while putting on my shoes quickly.
I laughed and cried simultaneously. Relief, joy, and embarrassment all mixed together completely.
I wasted hours searching everywhere. And it was under me the entire time. So stupid.
This experience taught me important lessons. First, slow down in the mornings. Rushing causes mistakes. Second, check obvious places first, like where you were sitting. Start simple always. Third, maybe don't panic so quickly. Take a breath. Think calmly and logically first.
So, did you understand my phone nightmare story? Could you follow my crazy search?
I hope this made you laugh. We all lose things sometimes. It's normal. Thanks for watching English with Sophia. I'm Steve. Subscribe for more funny life stories.
Comment below. What's the weirdest place you found something lost? Tell me your stories. Goodbye.
I never thought my life would change so dramatically. It all started on a cold Monday morning in December.
I was sitting in my small apartment, staring at my laptop screen, feeling completely lost and unmotivated.
My job had become boring and repetitive. Every day felt exactly the same as the one before. I knew deep inside that I needed to make a change, but fear was holding me back.
That morning, I received an email that would transform everything. It was a job opportunity in another city.
My heart started racing. This was the chance I had been waiting for, but doubts filled my mind. And should I leave my comfort zone? Should I risk everything for an uncertain future? These questions haunted me. I called my best friend, Sarah. She always knew how to give me the right advice. Listen, you'll regret it forever if you don't at least try. What's the worst that could happen? Her words echoed in my mind for hours. She was absolutely right. I had nothing to lose. The next day, I submitted my application with trembling hands. My entire body was filled with nervous energy. 2 weeks passed slowly. Every morning, I checked my email anxiously, hoping for a response. Finally, the reply came. They wanted to interview me. I couldn't believe my eyes when I read it. I spent the next week preparing intensively. I researched the company, practiced answers, and studied their industry. The interview day arrived. I put on my best suit and looked at myself in the mirror. You can do this. Believe in yourself and show them what you're capable of. The interview lasted 2 hours. I answered every question confidently, drawing from all my preparation and experience. The interviewers seemed impressed. They smiled and nodded as I spoke about my skills and accomplishments.
3 days later, my phone rang. It was them. My hands were shaking as I answered.
Congratulations. We'd like to offer you the position. Can you start next month?
I couldn't speak for a moment. Tears of joy filled my eyes. I had actually done it. The next few weeks were a whirlwind of activity. I packed my belongings, said goodbye to friends, and prepared mentally.
Moving day came quickly. As I drove away from my old apartment, I felt both sad and excited.
My new city was beautiful and vibrant. Tall buildings stretched toward the sky, and people moved with purpose everywhere. The first day at work was overwhelming. Everything was new, everyone was a stranger,
and I felt small. But my colleagues were welcoming and kind. They helped me settle in and made me feel part of the team. My manager, Mr. Johnson, was particularly supportive. He believed in giving everyone a fair chance to prove themselves. The work was challenging but exciting. Every project pushed me to learn new skills and think creatively. Months passed, and I grew more confident. I was contributing valuable ideas and earning respect from my peers. You've exceeded all our expectations. We're promoting you to team leader.
I was speechless again. In less than a year, I had gone from feeling stuck to leading a team.
That night, I walked through the city streets, reflecting on my incredible journey and transformation.
I thought about how one decision, one moment of courage, had completely changed my life's direction. I called Sarah to share the amazing news. She screamed with excitement and said she always knew I could do it.
Remember when you were scared? Look at you now. You're absolutely thriving and inspiring others. As team leader, I faced new responsibilities. I had to motivate.
The team stayed united and focused. We supported each other through every challenge and celebrated small victories together.
Finally, after 6 intense months, we completed the project successfully. The results exceeded everyone's expectations dramatically.
The company held a celebration. Everyone congratulated our team. I felt proud, grateful, and incredibly blessed.
Standing there, surrounded by colleagues who had become friends, I realized something profound about life. Success isn't just about achievements or promotions. It's about growth, relationships, and finding courage within yourself.
It's about taking risks when fear tells you to stay safe. It's about believing in possibilities. Looking back now, I'm grateful I made that decision on that cold Monday morning in December. That one moment of courage opened doors I never knew existed. It changed everything for me.
If I could give advice to anyone feeling stuck, I'd say this: don't let fear decide your future.
Take the chance. Make the leap. Trust yourself. The only limits that exist are the ones you accept. Your dreams are valid and achievable. You just need to take that first step, no matter how scary. Today, I wake up every morning excited about what lies ahead. Life has become an adventure again. And it all started with one decision, one application, one moment of choosing courage over comfort. My journey taught me that transformation is always possible, regardless of where you are right now. So ask yourself, what would you do if you weren't afraid? That answer might change your life. Hello, can you understand what I'm saying right now? Let's find out together. This is a listening challenge. Today, I'm going to tell you an interesting story. Listen carefully to every word. Try to understand the meaning. Don't worry if you miss some words at first.
This story happened last summer. It was a hot, sunny day in July. The sky was clear and blue.
I woke up early that morning. The sun was shining through my bedroom window. Birds were singing outside. I got out of bed, stretched my arms, and walked to the kitchen. I was hungry and needed breakfast. I made myself scrambled eggs, toast, and fresh orange juice. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
While eating, I checked my phone. There was a message from my friend Tom. He had an interesting idea.
Hey, James, the weather is perfect today. Let's go to the beach. What do you think? I loved that idea. I hadn't been to the beach in months. I immediately replied, yes, great idea. What time? Tom said we should meet at 10 o'clock. That gave me 1 hour to get ready and pack my things.
I took a quick shower, brushed my teeth, and put on my comfortable summer clothes, a t-shirt and shorts.
Then I packed my beach bag. I put in a towel, sunscreen, sunglasses, a hat, and a bottle of water. I also packed some snacks. I took apples, cookies, and sandwiches. Beach trips always make me very hungry. At exactly 10 o'clock, Tom arrived at my house.
He was driving his blue car and honking the horn. I grabbed my bag, locked the door, and ran to the car. Good morning, Tom. Good morning. Are you ready for an amazing beach day? We drove for 30 minutes. During the drive, we listened to music and talked about our plans for the day. Tom loves rock music, but I prefer pop songs. We took turns choosing songs. It was fair and fun. Finally, we arrived at the beach. The parking lot was already half full. Many people had the same idea. We found a good parking spot, got out of the car, and walked toward the sand carrying our bags. The beach was beautiful. Golden sand everywhere, blue ocean waves, and people enjoying the sunshine. It looked perfect. We found a nice spot near the water. Not too close, not too far. Just the right distance from the waves. We spread our towels on the sand and sat down. The warm sand felt good between my toes. First, I put sunscreen all over my skin. The sun was very strong. I didn't want to get sunburned. Tom did the same. We helped each other put sunscreen on our backs. Good friends always help each other. After that, we just relaxed and enjoyed the view. The ocean looked so peaceful and calm. The sound of waves was relaxing. Some children were building sandcastles nearby. They were laughing and having so much fun. Their sandcastles looked impressive. Other people were playing beach volleyball. They were jumping, running, and shouting. The game looked very competitive and exciting.
Tom asked me, "Do you want to swim now?" I thought about it for a moment. "Yes, let's go," I answered. We stood up, left our things on the towels, and walked toward the water. The water felt cold at first when it touched my feet, but after a few seconds, it felt refreshing and nice. We walked deeper into the ocean. The water came up to our knees, then our waist, then our chest. A big wave came toward us. "Jump!" Tom shouted. We both jumped over the wave and laughed loudly. We swam for 20 minutes. The water felt amazing. Swimming in the ocean is different from swimming in a pool. I floated on my back and looked at the sky. White clouds were moving slowly. I felt completely relaxed and happy. After swimming, we went back to our towels. We were wet and tired, but felt wonderful. Exercise is good. We dried ourselves with our towels and lay down on the sand. The warm sun dried our skin quickly. I was getting hungry. I opened my bag and took out the sandwiches I had prepared that morning. "Do you want a sandwich?" I asked Tom. "Sure, I'm starving," he replied. The sandwiches tasted delicious. Food always tastes better when you eat it outdoors, especially at the beach. After lunch, we decided to walk along the beach. Walking on sand is good exercise for your legs. We walked for about 15 minutes. We saw interesting shells, smooth stones, and small crabs running across the sand. I picked up some beautiful shells. They had different colors, white, pink, and brown. I wanted to keep them as souvenirs. Tom found a starfish. It was small, orange, and still alive. We looked at it for a minute, then put it back in the water gently. We continued walking and talking. Tom told me funny stories about his work. I laughed so much my stomach hurt. The afternoon passed quickly. Time flies when you're having fun with good friends in beautiful places. Around 4 o'clock, we decided to swim one more time before leaving. The water was warmer now than in the morning. This time we swam even longer. We splashed water at each other and acted like little kids. It was hilarious. Some dolphins appeared in the distance. We could see them jumping out of the water. It was an amazing sight.
Look, Tom, dolphins. We stopped swimming and just watched them. Nature is truly beautiful.
The dolphins stayed for about 5 minutes, then they swam away. We felt lucky to have seen them. It was magical.
After that incredible moment, we went back to our spot. We packed our things slowly. We didn't want to leave.
We shook the sand off our towels, put everything back in our bags, and took one last look at the ocean. Today was perfect, Tom said.
I agreed completely. Yes, absolutely perfect. We should do this more often. We walked back to the parking lot. My legs felt tired from all the walking and swimming. Good tired, not bad tired. We got in the car and started driving home. The sun was lower in the sky now. Sunset was coming soon.
During the drive home, we were quieter than before. We were both tired, but very happy and satisfied.
Tom dropped me off at my house. Thanks for today, Tom. I had an amazing time.
Me too. Let's do it again soon. Have a good evening, James. I went inside my house, put my bag down, and immediately took a warm shower. The shower felt wonderful after the salty ocean water. After showering, I made myself a simple dinner. I was too tired to cook anything complicated, just pasta and vegetables.
While eating, I looked at the photos I took at the beach on my phone. They brought back all the happy memories. I sent some photos to Tom and to my family. Everyone replied saying how nice the beach looked and how happy I seemed.
After dinner, I felt extremely tired. The sun, swimming, and walking had used all my energy. I needed rest.
I brushed my teeth, changed into my pajamas, and got into bed.
My bed felt so comfortable after the long day. I lay there thinking about the day. The beautiful beach, the cold water, the dolphins, the laughter with Tom, everything was perfect. I realized something important. Simple days like this, spent with good friends in nature, are the best days. They make life meaningful. Within 5 minutes, I fell asleep. I slept deeply and dreamed about the ocean, the waves, and the happy dolphins jumping.
So, did you understand my story? Could you follow along? I hope you understood most of it. Keep practicing your English. Hello, everyone. My name is Steve, and this is English with Sophia YouTube channel.
Are you ready for a listening challenge? Let's see if you can understand this entire story.
I'm 27 years old. This is a true story about my big adventure that happened last year.
Last spring, I made a life-changing decision. I decided to move to a new city for a better job opportunity. I had lived in my hometown my entire life. Leaving was scary, but I knew I needed this change badly. The new city was called Riverside. It was 300 miles away from my hometown, very far from my family and friends.
On moving day, I packed all my belongings into boxes: clothes, books, dishes, photos, and memories. Everything I own.
My parents helped me load everything into a moving truck. My mom was crying. She didn't want me to leave.
Don't worry, Mom, I said softly. I'll call you every day. I promise. This isn't goodbye forever. Just see you later.
Be brave, Steve. You're going to do great things. We believe in you completely. Make us proud, son.
I got into my car and started driving. In my mirror, I saw my parents waving goodbye. My heart felt heavy.
The drive took 5 hours. I listened to music, drank coffee, and thought about my new life ahead. So many mixed emotions.
Finally, I arrived in Riverside. The city looked modern and busy. Tall glass buildings everywhere, cars honking constantly, people rushing around. I drove to my new apartment building. It was a 10-story building made of red brick. It looked nice, clean, and welcoming. I parked my car and went inside. The lobby had marble floors and a big chandelier hanging from the ceiling. Very fancy.
I took the elevator to the 7th floor. My apartment was number 703. I unlocked the door nervously with shaking hands.
The apartment was empty and quiet. Sunlight came through the windows. The wooden floors were shiny. It felt strange, but exciting. I had 3 rooms, a bedroom, a living room, and a kitchen, plus 1 bathroom. Perfect size for one person like me.
The moving truck arrived 30 minutes later. 2 strong men carried all my boxes upstairs. They worked very quickly and efficiently. After they left, I stood alone, surrounded by boxes everywhere. Okay, Steve, I told myself. Time to start unpacking everything now. I unpacked for 6 hours straight without stopping. I organized my clothes in the closet, arranged books on shelves, and hung pictures on walls. By evening, I was completely exhausted. My back hurt, my arms hurt, everything hurt. But my apartment was starting to look like home. I realized I hadn't eaten anything all day. I was starving. But I had no food in my apartment yet. Nothing at all.
I decided to go outside and find a restaurant. Time to explore my new neighborhood and find something delicious to eat.
I walked down the street looking at different places. There were Italian restaurants, Chinese restaurants, burger places, and coffee shops on every corner.
I chose a small Italian restaurant called Mama Rosa's. It looked cozy and smelled amazing. My stomach was growling very loudly.
Yes, I just moved to Riverside today. This is my first meal in the city. I'm Steve, by the way. Oh, how wonderful. Welcome to Riverside, Steve. Then you must try our special lasagna. It's the best in town. Trust me completely.
I ordered the lasagna and a glass of cold lemonade. While waiting, I looked around. The restaurant had checkered tablecloths and soft Italian music playing.
Yes, but please.
The food arrived quickly. The lasagna looked incredible. Cheese bubbling on top, rich tomatoes, layers of pasta.
I took my first bite. Oh my goodness. It was absolutely delicious. The best lasagna I had ever tasted in my entire life.
While eating, another customer sat at the table next to mine. He was a young guy about my age, reading a sports magazine.
I finished my meal, paid the bill, and walked back to my apartment. The night air was cool, refreshing, and calming. That night, I called my parents as promised. I told them about my apartment, the delicious food. See, Mom, everything is going to be fine here. You don't need to worry about me so much. I'm okay.
My first night in the new apartment was strange. Different sounds, different shadows, different feelings everywhere. But I felt hopeful and excited about tomorrow.
The next morning, I woke up early. Today was my first day at my new job. I felt nervous and excited at the same time.
I chose my outfit carefully, professional but comfortable. Black pants, white blouse, and my favorite blazer. I looked good and confident.
I ate a quick breakfast, toast with peanut butter and a cup of strong black coffee. I needed lots of energy for this important day.
The office building was downtown, 20 minutes away by car. I left extra early because I absolutely didn't want to be late. I arrived with 15 minutes to spare. Perfect timing. The building was huge and modern, with glass walls and a beautiful fountain outside the entrance.
I went to the reception desk. Good morning. I'm Steve Morrison. Today is my first day. I'm starting in the marketing department on the 5th floor.
Welcome, Steve. Let me call your manager right now. Please have a seat and wait just one moment.
5 minutes later, a tall man in a gray suit approached me.
Steve, I'm Robert Johnson, your manager. Welcome to our team. Great to meet you.
Robert showed me around the office. Open workspace, modern computers, comfortable ergonomic chairs, a break room with free coffee and snacks. Very impressive setup. My desk was near a large window with an amazing view of the city. I could see buildings, trees, and the beautiful river. Absolutely beautiful. Robert explained my responsibilities clearly. I would work on social media campaigns, create marketing content, and analyze data. Exciting challenges were ahead.
My first day was busy, but really good. I learned new software programs, attended several meetings, and started my first project. Time flew incredibly quickly. During lunch break, 3 colleagues invited me to join them at a nearby sandwich shop. I accepted gladly, making work friends already. Their names were Michael, Amanda, and Carlos. They asked me questions about my background and why I decided to move to Riverside.
I told them about my hometown, my family, and my career goals. They listened carefully and shared their own interesting stories too.
You'll love this city, Steve. There's always something fun happening here. Concerts, festivals, markets, sports events, everything.
And the food scene is incredible, man. We have restaurants from every country imaginable. You'll never get bored eating here.
That weekend, Marcus kept his promise. He picked me up Saturday morning in his car. Ready for a city tour, Steve? He asked cheerfully.
First, we visited the downtown area. Beautiful old buildings, talented street performers, outdoor cafes, interesting art. We had lunch at the Riverside Park. We bought delicious tacos from a food truck and sat on the grass watching boats pass by slowly.
This park is my favorite place in the whole city. I come here every Sunday to relax and forget about work stress completely.
Next, he took me to the city library. It was enormous. 5 floors full of thousands of books, computers, study rooms, and quiet reading areas.
I'll definitely come here often. I love libraries. They're like treasure houses full of knowledge, information, and amazing stories.
We also visited a busy farmer's market. Fresh vegetables, colorful fruits, beautiful flowers, homemade bread. I bought some apples, tomatoes, and a loaf of fresh sourdough bread. Supporting local farmers felt good, responsible, and important.
Thank you so much, man. You made me feel welcome here. I really appreciate your kindness and time.
That's what friends do, Steve. Text me anytime. Let's hang out again next weekend, okay? We'll explore more places.
Weeks passed quickly. I settled into my new routine perfectly. Worked during weekdays, exploring the city on weekends, making new friends constantly everywhere I went.
I joined a boxing gym nearby. I met more people there who shared my interests in fitness and staying healthy. I also found a poker night that met every Thursday evening at a local bar. We played cards and had great conversations together. My apartment slowly became a real home. I added plants, a big TV, comfortable furniture, and sports posters. One day, my parents came to visit me. They wanted to see my new life with their own eyes. I was so excited to show them absolutely everything. I gave them a complete tour of my apartment, my office building, my favorite restaurants, and the beautiful Riverside Park. They were really impressed by everything.
Steve, we're so proud of you, son. You were brave, and you've built a wonderful new life here.
My mom hugged me tightly. I was so worried at first, she admitted, but now I can see you're happy. Looking back now, moving to Riverside was the best decision I ever made in my life. It taught me courage, independence, and real self-confidence. I learned that change is scary, but absolutely necessary for personal growth. Staying comfortable. I discovered that people are genuinely kind everywhere if you're open to friendship. I found amazing friends who support and inspire me every single day. So, did you understand my entire story? Could you follow all the details from the very beginning to the end? I really hope so. If you understood everything, congratulations. Your English listening skills are excellent. You should be very proud of yourself right now. If you missed some parts, don't worry at all. That's completely normal and okay. Watch again, practice more regularly, and you'll improve quickly. I believe in you. Remember, learning English takes time and patience. Every single day you practice, you get better and better. Never give up on your learning goals. Thank you for listening to my story about moving to a new city and starting a completely new life. I hope it inspired you somehow today. Keep practicing your English every single day. Listen to stories, watch videos, read books, and speak whenever possible. You absolutely can do this. If you enjoyed this story, please like this video and subscribe to English with Sophia for more English listening practice. It really helps us create more content. What about you? Have you ever moved to a new place? Tell me in the comments below. I'd love to hear your personal stories too. Goodbye, everyone. Hello, everyone. My name is Steve, and this is English with Sophia YouTube channel. Today, I'll tell you about my cooking disaster.
Last Saturday, I decided to cook dinner for my girlfriend. Big mistake. I wanted to impress her with my cooking skills. But I had no skills at all. I chose to make spaghetti carbonara. It looked easy in the recipe video online.
I went to the supermarket and bought all the ingredients. Pasta, eggs, bacon, cheese, everything.
Back home, I put on my apron. I felt like a professional chef already.
I started boiling water for the pasta. So far, so good. Nothing could go wrong yet.
Then I tried to cut the bacon. The knife was sharp. I almost cut my finger. I put the bacon in the pan. The oil started splashing everywhere. Hot oil hit my arm.
Ouch! I screamed. Cooking was more dangerous than I thought. This wasn't going well.
The bacon was cooking, but I forgot about the pasta water. It was boiling over.
Water spilled all over the stove. Steam filled the kitchen. The smoke alarm started beeping loudly. I ran to open all the windows. My neighbors probably thought my house was on fire.
I finally added the pasta to the water.
Oh.
But I added way too much. The pot was overflowing.
Meanwhile, the bacon was burning. Black smoke was coming from the pan. It smelled terrible. I turned off the heat quickly. The bacon looked like small pieces of coal. Completely ruined. I threw away the burnt bacon and started again. This time, I watched it carefully.
The pasta was ready. I drained it in the sink. But I forgot to put a colander.
All the pasta went down the drain. I stood there shocked. This couldn't be happening.
I had no more pasta. I checked my cupboard. I found some instant noodles instead.
Okay, plan B, I said to myself. Instant noodles were safer. Nothing could go wrong now. I boiled water again and added the noodles. This time, I watched everything like a hawk.
Now I needed to make the sauce. I cracked the eggs into a bowl, but I cracked them too hard. Pieces of eggshell fell into the bowl. Great.
I tried to pick out the shells. It took forever. My fingers were covered in egg.
I added cheese to the eggs, but I added too much. The mixture looked thick and weird. The doorbell rang. My girlfriend was here. I started panicking. The kitchen was a disaster zone. Just a minute. Dirty dishes everywhere, food on the floor. I quickly tried to clean up. I threw everything into the sink and cabinets. No time for proper cleaning.
I opened the door. She smiled at me. "Something smells interesting," she said politely, trying not to laugh.
I cooked dinner for you, I announced proudly. She looked surprised and a bit worried. We went to the kitchen. She saw the mess. Her eyes went wide. She tried not to laugh.
"It's lovely that you tried," she said sweetly. But I could see she was holding back laughter.
I served the noodles with the egg sauce. It looked awful, like something from a horror movie.
She took one bite. Her face said everything. It tasted as bad as it looked.
Steve, this is creative.
Creative. We couldn't stop laughing. Tears were rolling down our faces. The situation was too funny.
How about we order pizza instead? Best idea ever. I agreed immediately.
We ordered pizza and cleaned the kitchen together. She told me funny cooking disaster stories too. That night, I learned 2 important lessons. First, cooking is harder than it looks on YouTube. We still laugh about that night. Now she teaches me cooking. I'm getting better slowly. So, did you understand my cooking disaster story? Could you follow everything I said?
I hope this story made you smile. Remember, everyone has embarrassing moments. That's life.
Thanks for watching English with Sophia. Subscribe for more stories from me, Steve. Comment below about your cooking disasters. I'd love to hear your funny stories too. Keep practicing English every day. Listen, laugh, and learn. See you next time. Goodbye. Hi, I'm Steve from English with Sophia. Today, I'll share my first day at university story.
I was 18 years old and very nervous. Everything was new and unfamiliar to me.
I woke up at 6 in the morning. My alarm was loud and annoying, but necessary. I jumped out of bed quickly. Today was important. I couldn't be late for my first class.
I took a fast shower and got dressed. I wore jeans and a blue shirt.
My mom made breakfast for me. Scrambled eggs, toast, and orange juice. She was excited too.
Are you ready, Steve?
I nodded, but felt butterflies in my stomach.
I grabbed my new backpack. It had notebooks, pens, and my laptop inside. Everything I needed. My dad drove me to campus. The drive took 20 minutes through morning traffic. We arrived at the main gate. The university looked huge. Buildings everywhere, students walking around.
"Good luck, son," my dad said. He hugged me tight. I could see he was proud.
I walked through the gate alone. My heart was beating fast. This was really happening now. I checked my phone for my schedule. My first class was English literature at 9 o'clock.
I had to find Building C, room 205. But I had no idea where that was.
I looked at the campus map on my phone. It was confusing. Too many buildings and pathways. I decided to ask someone for help. A girl was sitting on a bench nearby.
"Excuse me, can you help me find Building C? I'm completely lost here."
Sure, I'm going that way. Follow me. What's your name, by the way?
I'm Steve. It's my first day. Everything is new and overwhelming right now.
I'm Emma. I'm a second-year student. Don't worry, everyone gets lost at first.
We walked together across campus. Emma pointed out important buildings along the way to help me.
That's the library. You'll spend a lot of time there.
It's open 24 hours.
And that's the cafeteria. The food is okay. Not amazing, but not terrible either.
We arrived at Building C. Here you are. Good luck with your class, Steve.
Thank you so much. You saved me. I climbed the stairs to the second floor. Room 205 was at the end of the hallway. I opened the door carefully. The classroom was already half full of students, sitting and chatting quietly. I'm Daniel. It's my first day too. I'm majoring in English.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to English Literature. I'm Professor Anderson.
She started talking about classic novels and famous authors. I listened carefully and took detailed notes.
The class lasted 90 minutes. It was interesting and challenging. I enjoyed every single minute of it.
After class, Daniel and I walked out together. That was intense, but good.
Yeah. Professor Anderson is great. I think I'll learn a lot from her this semester.
What's your next class? I checked my schedule on my phone again.
I have history at 11, then lunch break, then math at 2.
Cool. I have math at 2 also. Maybe we're in the same class.
We exchanged phone numbers. Text me later. Let's grab lunch together.
I found my history class easily this time. I was getting better at navigating the campus already. History class was fascinating. We discussed ancient civilizations and world wars. Time flew by so quickly. At lunchtime, I met Daniel at the cafeteria. The place was crowded and noisy with students.
We got pizza and soda. We sat outside under a tree. The weather was
More responsibility, you know?
Exactly. No one tells you what to do. You have to manage everything yourself now.
We talked about our hometowns, families, hobbies, and future dreams. We had a lot in common, surprisingly. After lunch, we went to math class together. Turns out we were indeed in the same class. The math professor was strict but fair. He explained calculus clearly. I understood most of the concepts. Class ended at 3:30. My first day was officially over. I felt tired but happy and accomplished.
Great first day, Steve. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, see you tomorrow. Thanks for being friendly today. It really helped me feel comfortable. My dad picked me up. How was it? He asked eagerly as I got in the car. Amazing. I met cool people, the classes were interesting, and I didn't get lost. We drove home. I told my dad everything about my professors, classes, and my new friend Daniel. At home, my mom had prepared my favorite dinner, chicken, rice, and vegetables. I was starving.
During dinner, I shared all my stories. My parents listened carefully and asked many questions.
After dinner, I went to my room. I organized my notes and checked tomorrow's schedule carefully. I had 3 classes tomorrow: biology, psychology, and creative writing. Another exciting day ahead of me.
I called my best friend from high school. I told him about university. He was starting next week.
You'll love it, man. Just be yourself and talk to people. Everyone is friendly. Before sleeping, I reviewed today's notes. I wanted to stay organized from day 1 of the semester. I thought about everything that happened, from feeling nervous to making friends. What an incredible journey. I realized university was about more than classes. It was about growth, independence, and new experiences. I felt grateful for Emma's help, Daniel's friendship, and my supportive professors. Everyone was so welcoming. I lay in bed feeling excited about tomorrow. What adventures would the second day bring? I closed my eyes and smiled. University life had started perfectly. I was ready for everything ahead. That night, I slept deeply and peacefully. No more nervousness, just confidence and happy anticipation for tomorrow. My first day taught me something important. New beginnings are scary, but also full of amazing possibilities. So, did you understand my university story? Could you follow everything I said from start to finish? If you understood most of it, great job. Your English listening skills are really improving day by day. If some parts were difficult, don't worry. Watch again and practice. You'll get better with time. Remember, learning English is like my first day at university. Scary at first, but wonderful with practice. Thank you for listening to my story here on English with Sophia. I hope you enjoyed it.
Subscribe to English with Sophia for more stories from me, Steve. I'll share more adventures soon.
Comment below about your first day at school or university. I'd love to read your stories. Keep practicing English every day. Listen, read, write, and speak. You're doing great. See you next time. Goodbye. Hi, I'm Steve from English with Sophia. Let me tell you about my worst job interview ever. I applied for my dream job at a big tech company in the city. They called me for an interview. I was so excited. This was my big chance, finally. The interview was scheduled for 9 in the morning. I prepared everything the night before carefully. I ironed my best suit, polished my shoes, and printed extra copies of my resume proudly. I set 3 alarms on my phone. I couldn't be late for this important interview. But that morning, all 3 alarms failed. My phone battery died during the night somehow.
I woke up at 8:30, only 30 minutes before the interview. I panicked completely.
I jumped out of bed and ran to the bathroom. No time for a proper shower today. I brushed my teeth quickly, splashed water on my face, and got dressed in record time.
I grabbed my resume and car keys. I ran out the door without eating breakfast at all.
The traffic was terrible. Cars everywhere, not moving. I was stuck on the highway desperately. I finally arrived at the building at 9:15. 15 minutes late. Not a good start, really.
I rushed into the lobby. The receptionist looked at me strangely. Something felt wrong here.
I looked down at my suit. Horror. I was wearing 1 black shoe and 1 brown shoe. In my rush this morning, I had grabbed the wrong shoes. How embarrassing was this? But it was too late now. I couldn't go home. I had to continue with mismatched shoes. The receptionist called my interviewer. "Mr. Anderson will see you now. 5th floor, room 3, she said. I took the elevator up. My heart was pounding. I was sweating. This was already going badly. I found room 3 and knocked on the door. "Come in," a deep voice said loudly. I opened the door. Mr. Anderson was sitting behind a big desk. He looked very serious and intimidating.
Good morning, Mr. Morrison. Please sit down.
I sat down and immediately my chair made a loud squeaking noise. Everyone in the room heard it.
Sorry I'm late. Traffic was bad.
"Tell me about yourself," he began. I started talking about my education and work experience confidently.
But then my stomach growled loudly. I hadn't eaten breakfast. The sound filled the quiet room.
Mr. Anderson raised his eyebrow. I felt my face turn red. This couldn't get any worse.
"Excuse me," I said quietly. He continued asking questions. I tried to focus and answer well.
"Why do you want to work here?" he asked seriously. I prepared a great answer for this.
But as I started speaking, I knocked over his coffee cup with my hand accidentally. Coffee spilled everywhere. On his desk, on my resume, on important papers. What a disaster this was.
I'm so sorry. I jumped up and grabbed tissues from the desk. I tried cleaning up frantically.
Mr. Anderson stood up too. He didn't look angry, just surprised. He helped me clean up quietly.
It's okay. Accidents happen. But I knew my chances were ruined now completely.
We sat down again. The interview continued, but I felt defeated. Nothing was going right today.
He asked technical questions. I answered them well. At least I knew my stuff professionally. Then he asked, "Do you work well under pressure?" I almost laughed. Today was proving that.
Yes, I believe I do. Though today was testing that theory badly.
I shook his hand and left. Walking out, he finally noticed my mismatched shoes clearly.
"Nice shoes," he said with a small smile. I looked down. I wanted to disappear completely.
Oh no, I was in a rush this morning. I didn't notice. Well, at least you're honest. And you handled the coffee situation well.
I left the building feeling terrible. Worst interview ever. I would never get that job, obviously.
But 3 days later, my phone rang. It was Mr. Anderson. I couldn't believe it at all.
"Steve, we'd like to offer you the position," he said. I was speechless. Was this real?
You showed grace under pressure. Despite the chaos, you stayed professional. That's what we need here. I accepted the job immediately. I couldn't believe my luck. Dreams do come true sometimes. I've been working there for 2 years now. Mr. Anderson became my mentor and friend eventually. He still jokes about my mismatched shoes and the coffee incident. We laugh about it often.
That day taught me important lessons. First, always check your outfit before leaving home carefully.
Second, charge your phone before important days. Third, how you handle mistakes matters more than the mistakes.
So, did you understand my embarrassing interview story? Could you follow everything I described clearly? Remember, everyone has bad days and embarrassing moments. What matters is how you handle them. Thanks for watching English with Sophia. I'm Steve, and I hope this story made you smile. Subscribe for more real-life stories. Comment about your embarrassing interview moments below. See you next time. Hi, I'm Steve from English with Sophia. Today's story is about getting lost at the airport. Last summer, I flew to Spain for my first international trip ever. I was so excited. I had never traveled abroad before. Everything was new and a bit scary for me, honestly. I arrived at the airport 3 hours early. I wanted to have plenty of time, obviously. The airport was massive. 5 terminals, hundreds of gates, thousands of people everywhere. It was overwhelming completely. I checked in at the counter and got my boarding pass. So far, everything was going smoothly. "Gate B47, the lady said. "Go through security and follow the signs." It sounded simple enough. I went through security. I put my bag, shoes, belt, and phone in the trays. The security line was long. It took 30 minutes just to get through it completely. After security, I looked for signs to Terminal B. But there were so many signs everywhere. Signs for toilets, restaurants, shops, gates, exits, trains. My head was spinning from all the information. I followed a sign that said Gates B40-B50. Perfect. That's exactly where I needed to go. I walked for 10 minutes down a long corridor. My gate should be here somewhere soon. But suddenly, the corridor ended. I was at gates C10 to C20 instead. How did this happen? I must have taken a wrong turn somewhere. I turned around and walked back confused. I asked an airport worker for help. "Excuse me, where is gate B47? I asked politely. "You're in the wrong terminal, sir. Take the shuttle train to Terminal B."
Shuttle train? Nobody told me about any shuttle train before. I started feeling nervous now.
I followed his directions and found the shuttle station.
A small train was waiting there. I got on the train with many other passengers. The doors closed, and we started moving. The train stopped at Terminal A first. Some people got off. I stayed on board.
Then it stopped at Terminal B. This is my stop, I said to myself happily.
I got off and looked for signs to gate B47 again. Still so many confusing signs. I walked up some stairs, then down a hallway, then up an escalator. Where was this gate? I checked my watch. 1 hour until my flight. I still had time, but I was getting worried.
I saw a coffee shop and decided to ask for directions there. Maybe they could help.
Excuse me, how do I get to gate B47?
Go straight, turn left at duty free, then right after the bookstore. I thanked her and followed her instructions carefully. Straight, left at duty free, right after bookstore.
I walked past expensive perfumes, watches, chocolates, and sunglasses in the duty-free shop. No time for shopping.
After the bookstore, I turned right. Finally, I could see gates B40, B42, B44 ahead. I kept walking, B45, B46, and finally, B47. I found it. Relief washed over me. But when I arrived, the gate was empty. Nobody was there at all. Complete silence. I looked at my boarding pass again. Flight IB 352 to Madrid. Gate B47. This was right.
Then I looked at the screen above the gate. It said, "Flight departed." My heart sank.
What? Departed? But I still had 40 minutes.
I checked my watch again in panic. Then I realized my terrible mistake. I had read the time wrong on my phone earlier. It wasn't 1 hour until my flight. My flight had left 10 minutes ago already. I missed my flight. I stood there shocked. What was I supposed to do now? I ran to the information desk nearby. I missed my flight. Can you help me? I asked. The lady checked her computer. There's another flight to Madrid in 3 hours, she said calmly.
But you'll need to pay a change fee. It's 150 euros.
150 euros. That was expensive. But I had no choice at all, really.
I paid the fee and got a new boarding pass. Gate A23. Different terminal again? This time, I asked 3 different people for directions. I wasn't taking any chances now. I took the shuttle train back to Terminal A. I found gate A23 easily this time. I sat down and waited. 3 long hours. I didn't move from that spot at all. I was too afraid to go to the bathroom or buy food. I might miss this flight too. Finally, boarding started. I was the first person in line. I was taking no risks.
I got on the plane, found my seat, and sat down. Relief. I made it finally.
That day, I learned important lessons. First, always double-check departure times carefully. Second, arrive even earlier for international flights. 3 hours isn't enough for big airports. Third, don't be afraid to ask for help. Airport workers are there to assist you. Now I'm an experienced traveler. I never get lost at airports anymore. Practice makes perfect.
So, could you understand my airport adventure? Did you follow the whole story clearly?
I hope this story helps you if you travel. Airports can be confusing for everyone. Thanks for watching English with Sophia. I'm Steve. Subscribe for more travel stories and adventures. Comment below about your travel experiences. Have you ever missed a flight? See you next time. Hi, I'm Steve from English with Sophia. Today, I'll share how I learned to swim.
I was 23 years old and couldn't swim.
I was embarrassed to admit it, honestly. All my friends could swim. They went to the beach and pool regularly without me. I always made excuses. I'm tired, or I have work, or maybe next time, guys. The truth was simple. I was terrified of deep water.
It scared me completely.
When I was 6, I almost drowned in a lake. That memory haunted me forever.
But last year, everything changed. My friend invited me to a beach vacation in Mexico.
Come on, Steve. It'll be fun. Beach, sun, swimming, and relaxation.
I wanted to go badly, but I knew everyone would swim. I couldn't keep pretending.
So I made a decision. I would learn to swim before the trip. I had 3 months. I searched online for swimming lessons. I found a local pool with adult beginner classes.
I called and signed up immediately. Classes started next week. No turning back now.
The first day arrived. I was so nervous. My hands were shaking as I drove there. I walked into the pool area. The water looked so blue and deep. My heart raced.
The instructor was a man named Nick. He was friendly and smiled warmly at everyone.
Welcome, everyone. Don't worry, we'll take it slow. Swimming is easier than you think.
There were 6 students in the class, all adults, all beginners. I felt less alone.
We started in the shallow end. The water was only 3 feet deep here. First, let's get comfortable with water on our faces. We practiced putting our faces in the water. It felt strange and uncomfortable at first.
I held my breath and dunked my face under. 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds.
I lifted my head up. I did it. It wasn't so bad after all. Next, Nick taught us to float on our backs. Relax and trust the water, he said.
I lay back slowly. Nick supported my head and back gently. The water held me.
Now I'll let go. Just relax. The water will support you.
He removed his hands. I panicked. I started sinking. Water went up my nose. I stood up quickly, coughing and sputtering. This was harder than it looked. It's okay, Steve. Everyone struggles at first. Try again. You can do this. I tried 5 more times. Each time, I got a little better. Progress was happening. By the end of the first lesson, I could float for 10 seconds. Small victory. The second week, we learned to kick our legs. This created movement in the water.
We held the pool edge and kicked. Splash, splash, splash. Water went everywhere around us.
Kick from your hips, not your knees.
Straight legs, I copied her movements. My legs were tired after just 2 minutes of kicking. Week 3 was about arm movements. We practiced the freestyle stroke on land first. Reach forward, pull back, reach forward, pull back. Then we tried it in the water. Combining arms and legs was incredibly difficult.
My arms went right while my legs went left. I looked like a confused octopus.
Everyone in the class laughed, including me. We all looked silly learning together. Week 4 was the big challenge. We moved to the deep end, 5 feet deep. You're ready for this, Steve. I believe in you, Nick said. Her confidence helped me. I jumped in. The water covered my head completely. I kicked up to the surface. I was floating in the deep end. I started swimming towards the edge slowly. My arms moved, my legs kicked, my head turned to breathe. I was actually swimming. I reached the edge and grabbed it. I did it. I swam in deep water. Tears filled my eyes. After 17 years of fear, I could finally swim. Incredible feeling. The other students cheered for me. Even Nick clapped. I felt so proud of myself. I continued classes for 2 more months. I got better every single week progressively. By the end, I could swim 20 laps without stopping.
I was a real swimmer now. The Mexico trip arrived. I was excited, not scared anymore. This time felt different completely. On the first day at the beach, my friends were shocked. Steve, you can swim now?
Watch this, I said. I ran into the ocean and swam out confidently and strongly.
The water felt amazing, warm, clear, and beautiful. I was free in the ocean finally. We swam, played, and had the best vacation ever. I didn't miss a single moment. Age doesn't matter. What matters is having courage to start and patience to continue practicing.
So, could you understand my swimming story? Did you follow my journey from fear to success?
I hope my story inspires you. What skill do you want to learn? It's never too late. Hi, I'm Steve from English with Sophia. Today's story is about facing my biggest fear. I was terrified of public speaking. Just thinking about it made me sweat and shake. In school, I always avoided presentations. I pretended to be sick or asked for extensions.
Last year, my boss called me into his office. Steve, we need you for something.
Our team must present to 200 clients next month. You'll lead it.
My heart dropped. 200 people? Lead the presentation? I felt sick immediately and terrified.
I can't do that, sir. I'm not good at speaking publicly. Steve, you're the expert on this project. You must do it. No choice here.